It's what we all dream of, playing to screaming fans on a cross-country tour. These 10 bands live that dream.
You guys are going to the finals.
And survived some of its nightmares.
They just took our bassist away.
They poured their hearts out on some of America's greatest stages and received judgment from 3 rock legends. All to get to this point. They're just one performance away from a $1 million recording contract with DODOG Music. The tour has reached its final destination.
We want to be the first band that has won DODOG Battle of the Bands.
But their stories are far from over.
If it wasn't for the pain of defeat, the thrill of victory wouldn't be there. They're two sides of the same coin.
Tonight, the rowdy riot has been reined in and the boys of the final 3 have been set free to go home, recharge their batteries, and get ready for the live finale.
It means we get to spread the gospel of ghetto metal.
Fall from Grace credits their hometown fans as the fuel for their fire and decides to pay tribute.
We're releasing a limited edition CD. It's pretty much a dedication to our fans.
Blacksmith brings an old friend up to speed on their daily grind.
We went to the lab and created some new music, that powerful hit song that the judges were looking for.
Big Bang Radio looks like they might need an overhaul.
Are you in a state of non-reality?
This conversation's over, man.
Soon, these 3 bands have to gear up because for them, all roads lead to the live finale. The competition began with over 7,000 bands, and over the course of the tour, they were narrowed down to 3 finalists: Miami's Big Bang Radio, LA's Blacksmith, and Seattle's Fall from Grace.
We came here to win, period.
They've experienced the highs and lows of a rock and roll tour.
I'm going to kill you guys. Where the fuck are we going?
Our 3 judges and audiences across America scrutinized their music.
I've seen it a million times before.
Time and again, they were challenged to bring their A game.
Fucking on the money!
Being put to the test by facing the media.
How much of your band's per diems will be used in the purchasing of marijuana?
Enduring tough times on the road.
Crazy.
And creating a standout image to prove that they have what it takes to make it in the music industry.
All right, let's get some emotion in this one.
As the tour progressed, the fruits of their labor became sweeter.
Get up right now, take off my tops.
With each immunity win, the bands received VIP treatments that catapulted them into the lap of rock star luxury.
New Orleans, I'm here, baby.
We gave them a taste of success just so they could want it more.
Are we really flying on this thing?
Now, the live finale is on the horizon, and their fates will be cast by you, the viewers, through SMS texting. In the end, only one band will walk away with a $1 million recording contract with DODOG Music. When we return, we'll catch up with all 3 back at home.
Are you in a state of non-reality?
Next on DODOG Music Battle of the Bands. Welcome back to DODOG Music Battle of the Bands, where 3 groups are preparing for the concert of their lives. Here in Miami, Big Bang Radio has an eye on the future. But for cocky lead singer Del, the return home has been anything but smooth sailing.
Well, basically, we played for Calvin. We did that one song.
You got me going crazy. I think you're gonna break me. I think you're gonna break me down.
It was really cool. It was. I think we played our hearts out that night. There was no denial in my mind that we, were brothers and that this was the real deal. That we were gonna do this all the way. Since then, came back home, and I haven't been to any rehearsals. I've been to 1 rehearsal. The reason why I don't like rehearsals, I told the guys I hate rehearsing with you guys because they're loud. The drive is an hour and a half. No one's giving me any gas money for it. Basically, when I spoke to Ron about rehearsing, and he said that, well, you're not going to get better unless we rehearse, which I totally understand. Give me the lyrics. I'll rehearse them at home. Send me a track of what you guys did, record it, send it to me MP3 style. So basically, the other issues now that Alex and Ron took 7 or 8 of my songs off the set list, and now we've got 7 or 8 new songs, all written by Alex and Ron. All these new songs that have been coming up, I haven't really been included in a lot of them. We did a set, actually, at a show. They both sang back and forth without me. I just sang backup vocals. I feel like they're pushing me out as a singer. I just think that in this band, everyone should stick to their strongest instrument. Mine is being a front man. Well, this is probably another reason why they're pissed off. On the road, I borrowed some money from Ron's father because we weren't making much money, and then I took one of the checks that we were supposed to, partake all from, and I took the money, and I was in such a shithole that I used that money to get myself out of it. And until this day, I still owe them all $400 a piece, so they're really upset with me at that. And I owe Ron's dad $1,000. What I thought was going to actually bond us more was the road, but it didn't.
The growing problems within Big Bang Radio have finally taken center stage. Can this marriage be saved? With the live finale nearing and the $1 million recording contract on the line, DODOG Music called in Phil Toll, the renowned performance enhancement coach that saved Metallica, in hopes that an intervention would bring them back to the loving band of brothers they once were. Before sitting down with Phil and the executive producers of the show, DODOG Music founder Calvin Ayre placed a call to the band to remind them of the contest rules and to encourage them to work things out.
I've been made aware recently of some of the issues going on with the band. The rules are clear. You guys cannot replace a member of your band during the contest. It's now or never. Get it together and live to fight another day, or you guys have to kill it now, and you will be watching the finals on TV. The power is in your hands. I'm going to turn it back over to the doctor, and all I'm going to say is, gentlemen, good luck, and I hope to see you in the finals.
Is this news, or is this like something that you've already been aware of?
No, we thought about what would be the outcome and the consequences, but we're definitely ready to take the consequences.
Here's the thing that I'd like to just offer you, and I think it's really important right now to say it. You guys make your own decision. I think they've pretty much acknowledged that. The five of you have to decide whether you want to get a divorce. What I'd like to offer you is the chance to talk about it. My belief system is that when people work issues through, then they make more constructive decisions. What I do is I help people clarify where they're coming from. That's my area of expertise. What about you guys? What is it you're feeling?
I felt a bond and a connection between everybody. We've created a band with family. And I consider this man my family. And I still do. You know, one of my best friends. And I know that it didn't seem like that the last 3 months because there's only so much a human being and an individual will take. And you can't throw a dollar sign in front of me. You can't throw international exposure in front of me. You can't throw any of that at the expense of my sanity.
I apologize to having you guys have to go through this shit. You know, I feel to blame for it.
That's because in the last 3 months, and this is not including the 5 months previous, in the last 3 months, we've been lied to. I've had money stolen from me, okay? Because it was stolen.
Yes, it was stolen. I stole money.
Okay, it's become a trust issue, and I don't need that, man.
Yeah, I didn't steal money because I wanted to steal money. I stole money because when I came home from this tour, I had to start over, man. And I shouldn't have stolen. I did it about the wrong way, and I still intend on paying them back. It's just that, you know, I really fucked up.
But you've been stealing them from them in a lot of ways, okay? And that's just one dimension.
We talked about it when it happened, and we didn't have money. We're not in any easier of a boat, and at the end of the day, it was like, you know, how the fuck am I going to pay my bills?
What are you going through right now?
I'll do my best to not ever lie to you guys, and I'll do my best to obviously pay you back the money, and I'll do everything I can to show up to rehearsals as long as we don't rehearse loud as fuck. No, I guess it's rehearsing. Right? I never liked rehearsing. I live in Miami, dude. It's an hour-and-a-half drive.
I don't need that.
I got my gas. You know, shit's like $40 there and back.
With the compromise, we give gas money every time it comes up. We stopped doing that since
I robbed everybody.
And you haven't come.
But it's not that I don't want to come, dude.
Look, I see.
No, I said I don't like rehearsing because it's loud. I told him that.
Because
why is it so important to do it the way you want to do it?
No, it's not the way I want to do it.
Sure. It's got to be better rehearsed. We got to.
What bothers you about that?
If it's natural and if it comes natural to you, you have nothing to worry about.
Okay, so you're saying
singing comes natural to me.
Right.
Maybe not the words because I don't memorize words. I come up with words.
Because he doesn't come to rehearsal. Like, he didn't forget his bass line part. He didn't forget his drum part. I didn't forget my keyboard parts because we're practicing. Because we've gotten together, I kid you not, maybe 30, 40 times without this man since then. The bottom line is it has nothing to do with it coming natural or not. This is a five-way marriage. That's the way it is. I'm not trying to, we need to get in here, we need to practice, we need to get tight, this and this and that. That's what bands do. Bands jam, bands collaborate, bands practice, bands get together. That's what we do. You're never going to do it because it's excuses. You're making excuses for yourself. I'm a lazy type of person. I'm not driven. You said that to me in one of our conversations. That to me is making excuses for things where it's like, do I want to move forward and work with somebody that is straight up telling me all of these things?
What do you feel? Tell us what you feel.
I feel betrayed by these guys. Okay? They feel betrayed by me. So I think once that wall is built, No, it's just hard to break through all that.
When we return, Fall from Grace gets personal in Seattle.
And his birthday is this week, so I bought my little brother a guitar.
And Blacksmith keeps it all in the family.
What do you think? You think she looks like me?
And later, can Big Bang Radio find their rhythm and get back in tune?
It's an ego war.
Or will their feud cost them a shot at $1 million record deal?
Are you in a state of non-reality?
This conversation's over, man.
That's all coming up on DODOG Music Battle of the Bands. Welcome back to DODOG Music Battle of the Bands. They'll let us know that Big Bang Radio is in a state of emergency.
And I told the guys I hate rehearsing with you guys.
So DODOG Music called in a master of mediation to lend a helping hand.
What I'd like to offer you is the chance to talk about it.
We're dropping in with Fall from Grace, who delivered some of the tour's most insane moments.
They just took our bassist away.
Then we're off to Los Angeles, where ghetto metalheads Blacksmith gained a new member during the tour, though she's not quite ready for the road.
The first thing we did when we got home, well, I had to find a new place to live.
I kind of went comatose for a couple days, and
I quit drinking because we realized we were drinking every day for 9 weeks. Solid.
Well, tonight is our CD release party here at the Showbox in Seattle. The Showbox is probably my favorite venue in Seattle to play. Like, this is truly an honor. This is our first time ever headlining here.
Brian and I, we never had it easy growing up, and we never got to have anything nice or doing real cool things. Brian and I are brothers. We grew up playing the same guitar that we inherited from our Uncle Rich, and his birthday is this week, so I bought my little brother a guitar. This is a Gibson Firebird 7, baby, top of the line. I'm his older brother. You're supposed to take care of your own, right? That's pretty cool.
I have an important day coming up, which is my wedding. 3 days after the final show. We came down to the tuck shop today, just have a little fun and see what we liked and didn't like.
The goal is to have it be just classic elegant, but not too elegant, more on the just classic side. Yeah, it's going to be interesting actually being married to a musician because I have to deal with him being on tour a lot.
It's a little closer, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm actually going on a trip 3 days before my wedding. The music of all three bands is there.
With Blacksmith, you get a heavier metal, hip-hop edge, which is cool. It's great. Big Bang Radio, you get more of a poppy sound, which is cool. Nothing wrong with that either.
So I'll go to a Blacksmith show.
Yeah, for sure.
I go see Big Bang Radio. They're rad musicians.
Right, we're unfiltered. We're the only band that has problems on stage because we're fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Fall from Grace should win this thing because we're the hardest working band on this tour.
We're going to be ready for that final round when it comes. I'm excited.
Now we're dropping in on our preachers of ghetto metal in the City of Angels.
This is Blacksmith, you know what I'm saying? We're down here kicking it in Watts, at the Watts Towers right now.
Since we got back from the tour, we got busy right away and created some new music, some powerful shit.
For me, the best thing about coming home was coming home to see my child that was just born. Welcome, what's up? This is Johnny B from Blacksmith. Come to my home. So this is what I flew all the way home for and all the way back to the tour for, to come see this little, beautiful little angel be born, Madison Janae.
It was really hard, him not being there when I went into labor. I got on the phone and he got there immediately. He had to go back on the road and be a rock star, right?
Something like that. It's a human life there that you're responsible for now, so it just changes, you know, whole perspective. Like, selfishness is out the window. It's all for them now, you know.
Johnny's a great dad. He loves her, he cuddles her, he comes home just at the right time so that I can have a moment's peace.
What do you think? You think she looks like me? I don't think we have to go to Maury Povich.
Going into the finals, man, we expect to just slaughter the stage, man, like we usually do, with a more intensified focus with this new material. Man, we can't wait to get on stage and do what we do best.
All right, it's Stryker, and I was on the road for a few months with this next band. They are one of the final bands to win $1 million for the DODOG Music Battle of the Bands from Los Angeles. Blacksmith, thank you for being here, guys.
Thank you, Stryker.
Thank you, bro.
Tell me what your plan is for the finale. Obviously, you're one of the final bands. Are you making new music? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Lay it all down on the line.
We don't get opportunities like this every day. So for us, a ghetto metal, South Central based rock band from the hood on a grand stage, man, to show off, please, man, we there all day. We gonna wear the fucking TV out. We went to the lab and created some new music that doesn't take away from ghetto metal but adds to it, you know, with melodies, more harmonies, that powerful hit song that the judges were looking for and asking for. We got that shit. You know, as a band, we've been fortunate enough to create some new powerful shit that you guys are gonna love. If you don't love it, we don't love you.
One thing you took away from the road trip we were on and from the show?
One thing I take away from the tour is possibilities are limitless, man, you know. Never thought we'd be here at this point in the beginning. Knew we were down, but never say never, man.
Whether or not we win, man, Blacksmith is gonna take the fuck off. This is the bottom line, man. We're going to conquer the world and do what we do, man. We're gonna make some money and spread the message of truth, unity, and peace.
The band is Blacksmith. They're one of the final bands up for the $1 million recording contract with DODOG Music in LA. I am Stryker. We'll be back right after this.
All the bands that are in the finale are really great, at the top of their game. Our strategy is to go up there and mop the floor with these fuckers and then go to the bar and get a drink.
When we return on DODOG Music Battle of the Bands, Big Bang Radio is still trying to work through their relationship problems.
I feel majorly betrayed.
Can this marriage be saved?
Just the way that you have treated us, dude, over a fucking year and a half.
Stay tuned and find out next. Welcome back to DODOG Music Battle of the Bands. We're in Miami with Big Bang Radio, who seem to have hit troubled waters. Dell's past sins of stealing and not rehearsing have put the band's future in jeopardy. Can rock therapist Phil Toll quell the storm? $1 million record deal is on the line.
What do you feel? Tell us what you feel.
I feel betrayed by these guys. They feel betrayed by me.
For me, it's a lot deeper than that. You know, you give everything your all, but at the end of the day, you're there because you want it. I'm so passionate about things in the beginning, and then you kind of work me over. I get apathetic about it. The attitude that I just got in hearing you speak right now is like the way that you see things.
Look me in the eyes, bro.
I will look you out. I'm gladly looking you in the eyes,
well,
bro.
Then tell me, what's up?
What's up? What do you think is up? Are you in a state of non-reality?
No.
You know, what do you think is up?
I don't know.
You know,
You tell
two
me.
guys that have fucking put you up on this pedestal for a year and a half, and you fucking push us down like we're fucking minions?
Why am I putting you down? When do I ever put you down, dude?
Just the way that you have treated us, dude, over a fucking year and a half.
What are you talking about? I put in my time, energy, experience, production, wrote songs which are not even in the set pretty much anymore. I slowly got pushed out of this because you guys have a problem with me.
No, it's got nothing to do with you. I'm talking about I don't want uncertainty in my life. And that's what I'm saying. That's what you bring.
Bro,
nothing but uncertainty.
This is your band, okay?
It's not.
What do you mean it's his band?
It's Alex's band.
What?
It's Alex's band.
And what does that mean to you?
It just means that I'm not trusted with a leading role. I want it to be a camaraderie, but it's not a camaraderie. It's an ego war, dude.
Let me ask you a question. How are we supposed to not run it? When we call, we get no calls back. When we rehearse, you realize that this is not going to work if this keeps happening. It just won't. It's not an ego thing. To me, I'm putting a lot of my life into the hands of these individuals.
Correct.
We've made it to the finals, and it's like, there's a record deal. This was all fun up until now, because now we're signing ourselves to each other. That's the reality of it. And I need to feel going into something like that, like these are the people that I can trust my life with.
That naturally goes without saying, dude. I feel the same way.
What do you feel? Tell us what you feel. What do you mean?
I feel like I need to be as well trusted, you know.
But you're sitting here and you're saying to me that, you know, your music is getting pushed out of the set.
Sure it is.
And we've rehearsed like 45 times since we've been back, and you haven't shown up once.
No,
you
I
haven't
told you I
called
don't like
once.
rehearsing with you guys. If it was so important to rehearse and it was so important to get everything so right, why are we still in top 3?
If you take the attitude that, we made the top 3 and we didn't practice that much. There were 7,300 bands in this competition. There's 73 million bands out there right now. We are never going to be as good as we can be because we haven't been rehearsing with me singing. We've been rehearsing with another singer.
Good.
Because we haven't had a singer. I want somebody to want to come. I want somebody to genuinely love it. And when somebody's busting their ass really hard and you don't feel like somebody else is...
Would you like Dell to do that?
Of course I would, you know. But right now I've got somebody doing it.
Yeah.
And doing a damn good job at it.
Very good job.
I don't care if you throw $50 million in my face. If I'm not happy doing what I do, then it doesn't mean shit.
We continue to use the analogy of a relationship. Like, this is a marriage on the rocks, okay? And are you having an affair with this person? Do you want to marry this other person?
Like, when I think of an affair, I think it's like somebody sneaking away to meet with somebody else. And
Well, how long have you been meeting with this guy?
Well, you know, that's the thing. It's not an affair, really, because I'm not hiding anything from anybody. It's kind of like, well,
He's
my
not
wife
showing up.
No, my wife just left me. I haven't seen my wife in 2 months.
So therefore I'm on a date. Okay.
It's like, all right.
That's
fine.
Sometimes people will go to their wife and say, we're getting a divorce.
We'd gotten to that point.
No,
we had spoken a couple weeks ago, and I said this is not. Well, I
never said we're going to get a new singer.
I said this will not work.
Yeah, but you didn't get to the
Is this a surprise to you?
This is very much a surprise to me.
Okay. Are you at the place where this one singer is too far into that relationship to go back to this relationship?
It's a really good question. This is not something where I'm going to sit here and think, oh, we're the bad guy for doing this. This is a circumstance where we don't have a lead singer. We're involved in something big. We're going to do what we need to do.
You could have said something about it.
I could have left him a message, I guess, on his answering machine. You know.
You could have left something. Hey, you could have
shot you an email.
When did you start the new relationship?
We've known this guy for a long time, but
when did you start it though? When did you start sleeping with him?
We were backing him up on his project, which is completely separate.
I mean, look, you guys are defensive. You have to account for
No,
the
I'm
fact
trying to explain to you the timeline.
When?
We never played with him really until we got back. It was
I kissed her, but I never went to bed with her.
No. We had been in contact with him because we thought shit was going to go down before we went to Cleveland.
Cleveland? That's the beginning of the whole damn tour.
Yeah,
why don't you guys fucking say something?
Well, when Ron said that they had a new lead singer, I don't think I reacted to it quite the first time. Then it hit me. You fuckers got another fucking new singer? Fuck you, man. It's my band.
Do you think that they're gonna let you do the show with a new lead singer? Just out of curiosity.
It's not about whether or not they're gonna let me do the show with my new lead singer. My question has always been, do I want to do the show with you?
I had so much to do with this band, the songs. You guys can just fucking replace me for another singer? You know how much of an integral part of this group I am?
Of course.
Fuck.
Of course.
I feel that's pretty fucked up. Like, it's almost like you've been having a little bit of something inside for 3 months, man. I'm just being honest. I feel majorly betrayed. My fucking heart's going like this right now. Seriously.
Feel a betrayal and give yourself the opportunity to go forward.
What I'd like to know is if they're going to go ahead with the guy or if they're going to try and work this out. Is it going to be me or the other guy? And if it's going to be me, I know what I have to do. If it's going to be the other guy, then we got to break it off. That's all I want to know.
That this shit is never going to happen again because I've heard it before and it's a fucking Band-Aid.
What is your degree of sincerity? And Ron is challenging you and saying, I've heard this before. What's different, if anything, about tonight, and what are you willing to commit to differently if the band decides it wants to go forward together?
The first thing I would have to probably address is obviously sincere apologies to the members and their families because it's gone that far. It's gone beyond just the band. I didn't mean to personally hurt anyone.
Do you want the band to continue with you going forward?
Yeah, absolutely. I've never not wanted to be part of Big Bang Radio. That's why I'm kind of shocked.
Are you guys open to exploring further what seemed to be the momentum initiated by Dell's expressed desire to make personality changes, to work earnestly on those personality changes?
I would love for this to work. It would be great for it to work. Because I think we do have something cool. I think that he's very talented. I think there is something there, but I'm not going to force anybody to do anything they don't want to do.
What are you tearing up about?
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you feeling? What emotion are you feeling?
I just feel like I feel like they're my family. I feel like I'm missing out. I feel like I miss them as brothers.
And what does it mean to you?
It means more to me than the band.
Wow.
I just feel like they're my healthy family. You know what I mean?
That's heavy.
Next, what will the new day bring? Can a good night's rest soothe Dell's wounded ego?
Just because I feel fucking hurt. And that's why I'm talking a lot of shit right now.
I don't want to throw it all away.
And can the divide between him and the band be bridged? Their $1 million decision could change everything.
This conversation's over.
After Big Bang Radio received a wake-up call from Calvin Ayre,
the rules are clear. You guys cannot replace a member of your band during the contest.
They had a long day of soul-searching with rock and roll therapist Phil Toll. Before they made any decisions about the future, the band was sent home to regroup. Now we're back to see if harmony can be restored to Big Bang's universe, or will they give up their chances of winning a $1 million recording contract?
The work that you guys did yesterday makes it more painful to break up. It would have been easier for you guys to not have the courage to get together.
If we didn't have this conversation here, I don't think they would have told me. They would have just kept going. I'd have been like, oh, you guys got a new singer, great. That's what hurts me.
And we came into this not to be deceptive in a sense that, oh, we want to do this and this is how we want to go. We did not know what to do. What the fuck are you supposed to do when you just got off of a tour and you're getting back and you want to get ready for the finals and you want to grow as a band and the same shit that's happening before you left is happening after you left?
Because of what we endured and how much we put in, that at this point, you know, I need something clean, you know. I want a clean slate.
This is the point that it's at right now. You can't change where it's at and why we're here sitting down talking and why we're rehearsing with Mike Sanchez.
I think it's wrong that they knew about this guy since Cleveland. And I've been on the whole show with in the back of their minds thinking of a backup plan already. And they knew the guy and they probably communicated with him on the road for all I know. And then now they come back and they've got this. It's like, what the fuck? Well, you guys should have said something about it. Something.
The only reason, and I'll reiterate it to you, that we got in touch with Mike Sanchez from the beginning was because we weren't sure if you were going to even come to Cleveland because we hadn't heard from you. We didn't go and say, hey man, let's go rehearse with Mike Sanchez so we can fucking stab somebody in the back. That's not what it was about. It's like I'm in a fork in the road. We can go one way or we can go the other. And that's why I came to this. And that's why I was hoping with a circumstance like that, hey, because I don't want to throw it all away.
What do you want?
I want to play the finals with Mike Sanchez.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen.
Look, Big Bang Radio is not over. It is going to be moving on.
You can't use a name.
That's not true.
Sorry,
it's an
man.
LLC company under my name.
Under your name. Okay, now he owns it because it's under his name. We collectively came with it together. So if you're going to kick me out, you got to kick the fucking name out because I'm collectively involved with that shit. You're going to use the fame of Big Bang Radio, the name, to catapult your careers? What the fuck do I get out of this? A kick in the ass, dude?
Why do you need the name?
Sorry?
Why do you need the name?
To me, the name is symbolic of something that
success,
has been...
dude. I'm sorry. You're using it for success. Stop lying. Because I know what you guys are trying to do with the name. You're trying to manipulate the idea, the fact that we did all this fucking work and then use that to catapult your shit. This is Big Bang Radio. Without me in it, it shouldn't be Big Bang Radio. It should not be. It should be a whole different name because I have a new singer, a whole new vibe. I was a part of Big Bang Radio. That needs to die with me. Most of the songs that are written, you guys can't perform those songs if I'm not in the band. You can't. You have to change all the songs from beginning to end.
How so?
Because all the songs.
Go through.
Let's go through the songs.
Why are we doing this?
Why? Because they are excluding me from something that I personally had a big fucking part of.
And you're hurt.
And I'm hurt. And they went and slept with another bitch, which is something that, you know, that some people are probably okay with doing. I didn't want to let this go. I never thought about that. You guys already took that shit to the next level. I wish we had to talk about it. I'd feel a lot better.
How are you supposed to talk to someone? How are you supposed to talk to someone?
If you'd have called me and said, yo, dude, we're probably about to break this band up, I'd have been like,
I called
shit.
I had that conversation.
No, we didn't have
Yes, I did. I know that if we stayed in this competition, it's no disrespect to Fall From Grace and it's no disrespect to Blacksmith, but I know we win. I know we could win. I know we could win.
Sure, I know too. With me in it.
I mean, we just feel like Prince Charming, I guess, has come along, you know, and we just want to explore it, that's all. And at this point, it's not apathy about him as a person. Right now, you know, we're pretty enamored with, you know, our new girlfriend.
This is what you guys are thinking. Cool. We got this new guy. We're going to win the fucking contest.
No, we're not thinking about the contest. We're ready to give up the contest. I'm ready to give up the contest. I don't want to take one note from you. I don't want to take anything from you.
If there's a clean divorce here, I want the clean divorce to be like you said. Eliminate all my lyrics, melodies from certain songs, and I want that radio to be tagged off that name or come up with a new name. You're going to take something away from me, man. Something I had something to do with. That's fair. That's fair. That's a fair divorce.
You realize what you're doing right now is this is just a way to try to ease some of the pain. I mean, it is painful. Not just the present pain of divorcing, but it's also the pain of the reminders of all that stimulated a divorce.
I think kicking me out is a big fucking mistake. So, whatever.
It's a very, very challenging time. The fact that we all risked such openness increases our responsibility to our fellow humans. It heals, but it increases responsibility. And Del, reaching out, your natural tendency is to retreat into the loneliness, depression, and the rejection. This is a huge opportunity for you to go forward in a different way that heals much more than the loss of the band.
Del, I don't know where your head's at with everybody or with me, but you know,
Del?
What?
Could you open your eyes and see, do something different than hiding, and take in the love you are receiving right now from Johnny, okay, which is risk for him too, and please make eye contact with him in some way that you can feel that you're not alone.
Man.
That's what's so, so painful is that you've never really been alone. I wish you had seen that for so long from the first day that you took me out to breakfast. Like I told you, okay, you're my bro. I don't need a lot for somebody to convince me of that. You were just in our home and we were part of us.
Yeah.
I should have been more, expressive, I suppose, but, I'm learning.
I think we could have all. He has these trust issues, and I'm not helping that right now. Because I know that he feels stabbed, and I don't feel like I did that. I like to help, It's in my nature. Who am I helping here? Besides myself.
For us, we hope that Del, can grow. And we wish him luck in every possible way. We just found a chemistry with someone who we feel is, in many ways, all across the board, just better for us.
My name is Mike Sanchez, and singing All My Life. Once I heard Van Halen in 1984, I said, this is what I want to do. Been doing it ever since.
We have somebody now that not only do we feel everything right with, and he loves the music, but it just so happens that he's ridiculous at what he does. I'm not making a decision because he's 500 times better than Delk. It just so happens that he is.
I'm out of Big Bang Radio, but I'm coming back stronger than ever, man. I've got the eye of the tiger.
DODOG Music's next task was to break the news of Big Bang Radio's implosion, a fall from grace on Blacksmith.
All right, I have a question off air for you guys.
Yeah.
What do Van Halen, Rage Against the Machine, and Big Bang Radio all have in common?
They are all broken up.
Broken out?
Yeah.
Big Bang Radio has kicked Del out of the band.
Damn! They didn't break up. There's no way.
And that means this.
What does that mean?
In the final show, there's no Big Bang. The guys walked away from a chance of winning $1 million.
Oh my God!
There's no way. Look, I'm gonna tell you something.
Wait, are you serious? You're fucking shitting me.
So it's just us and Blacksmith?
What the fuck?
They're out.
Oh, man!
No, you guys fucked up my whole world here.
That's a neutron bomb you just dropped in here, dude.
I know, man.
It's kind of unfortunate, because I got that far and then all of a sudden, bye. That sucks.
So my mother told me at the one show, she said, that's your only competition. She said Big Bang Radio.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be bad if it's down from 1 out of 3 to 1 out of 2, 50%. I mean, that's more in our favor.
As of now, it looks like it could just be a 50-50. But, let me say this, I always have something up our sleeves.
Next, can there still be a happy ending with Big Bang Radio walking out on their frontman? That's coming up when we return to DODOG Music Battle of the Bands. Welcome back to DODOG Music Battle of the Bands. Big Bang Radio kissed their chances of winning $1 million recording contract goodbye, and their fellow contenders Blacksmith and Fall from Grace were shocked and confused to learn that they would let it all go.
They didn't break up. There's no way.
What? I don't care.
No, you guys fucked up my whole world here.
So now what? It all comes down to you, the viewer. DODOG Music wants you to take a look back at the 7 bands that were eliminated and choose the one that deserves another shot. Minnesota hip-hoppers Leroy Smoke set the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stage on fire.
You got to give the people what they want.
As the tour rocked its first stop, the self-dubbed People's Champs were especially affected by their visit to the Civil Rights Museum.
This has so much to do with the song that we're going to play tonight.
They unleashed insurmountable passion on the Gibson Showcase stage.
No more, so just don't get in my way. Come on, Memphis.
When it came time for the judges to make a decision, Leroy Smokes failed to impress, leaving them as the first band to be eliminated from our cross-country tour.
And we stand for a cause, man. We stand for something. We the people's band.
Now it's your chance to reignite Leroy Smokes and give them another chance at the $1 million recording contract. Cast your vote now at bodog.tv. The band from Dallas, Texas showed us that Southern rock is alive and well. They built a bond with the other bands on the bus, then marked the occasion.
With the Texas flag as the colors for it.
Are you sober? The playing on the street thing could not have been worse for us because we're a completely electric band. We have no acoustic instruments whatsoever.
Their inability to adapt to performing on the streets in New Orleans left them on the chopping block. And by the end of this stop on the tour, it was so long Ashmore.
Didn't anticipate that one exactly.
Were these good old boys from Dallas let go too soon? You decide by casting a vote at bodog.tv. These babies of the competition are so young they had to bring their stage mom along as tour chaperone. But they proved themselves as strong contenders, sweeping victories in not one, but 2 immunity challenges.
We got so much songs that are going to keep coming and keep being there, and we're going to keep rocking out.
When they landed in Austin, Texas, they started to realize they might not have what it takes to endure life on the road.
A lot of people are dicks in Texas.
Yeah.
Johnny made his opinion clear.
When you're men, come back and talk to men.
And the mood was sent home packed.
This ain't the end of the mood, though.
Oh, no. It's only the beginning.
Does this teen posse deserve another chance? If you think so, vote for them to return to the competition at bodog.tv. Idle Red immediately turned one judge into an instant fan.
I reckon you got some star quality going on now.
Steve took his star power on tour, and Idle Red rounded up new fans to come root for them.
People, they love Idle Red.
They always gave their whole heart when competing on the tour in immunity challenges.
That was pretty gross. I've never ate my own vomit before.
In Sin City, this band brought their mamas and performed what they thought to be their A game, until Billy Duffy shot straight from the hip without regard to his popularity.
But that was good enough for me.
And Idle Red was left in the desert.
I think the hardest part, leaving here and going back home, is going back to work.
If you think the pride of Phoenix should rise from the ashes, vote for them to return to the competition at bodog.tv. The Lone Star State also brought us Subversa, with a lead singer that belted out notes that made the judges stop and take notice. We soon learned how serious they were about making music.
Instead of going, yeah, the whole way through.
We come in here sober, we write our music, and it's the way we like it.
To go down that path it would just be the end of us.
They do not want to conform for anyone or anything, including our rock royalty.
Don't put anything in the way of your mouth and that microphone, unless it's your own hands. You know what I mean?
And when they got to Los Angeles, these brawny boys chose not to heed his warning. In the end, it cost them their spot on tour.
Subversa, sorry, bye-bye.
I'm happy to be in this band for a simple fact we stood our ground, no matter what somebody said, one person saying something's not going to change us,
Can these guys muscle their way back into the live finale? You decide. Cast your vote now at bodog.tv. Boston's Fear Nuttin' Band showcased their yardcore skills. They used the tour to broadcast one thing.
Unify the music, unify the people.
All music.
All music, all people.
Along the way, their message was a little misunderstood.
I hope I can understand everything by the end of this tour. Sometimes I just make shit up.
It didn't take the spring out of their step or the melodies from their mouths. They brought that gritty bounce to every battle, which brought them all the way to the City of Angels. At the Key Club, Johnny had a complaint.
The band are letting them down. Is that really their band?
And tonight, for the first time, I was really kind of disappointed.
So it was hasta la vista for this unified band.
But we have what the world is asking for.
Was it a big blunder to let these dance hall reggae rockers go? You're the judges. Cast your vote now at bodog.tv. This 12-member collective from the city of brotherly love was intent on proving that size really does matter. They scored immunity by raising the most money for the musicians affected by the Katrina disaster.
The opportunity to actually make a difference and play our part in raising some money for the renewal it just feels really good to us to be a part of that.
Burn Down lost it a bit in Austin, revealing it might be harder to get their 12-man act together than they thought.
This thing ain't no fucking joke, man.
As part of the Final Four, Burn Down headed to an undisclosed location for a private performance for the man himself, Bodog music founder Calvin Ayre. Unfortunately for this colossal crew, the same song that snagged them a spot on tour was the one that sent them home.
Burn Down All-Stars, give your laminates to Striker.
Now it's your chance to decide whether Burn Down should roll up to the finals and get another shot at taking home the prize. Cast your vote now at DODOG.tv. It's the moment we've all been waiting for, live from LA's Sunset Strip at the House of Blues. America's gonna change one unsigned band's rock and roll destiny by voting through SMS texting to choose the winner of the $1 million recording contract. Which band did you, the viewers, choose to replace Big Bang Radio in the final three? For the first time ever, we're live. $1 million, no second chances. Next time on Bodog Music Battle of the Bands.